Hey everyone, my name is Josh, and this is part 12 of the Cedar Strip kayak builds. In the last video, we varnished and sanded the boats, and in this video we will be doing the final wet sand and the finishing touches on the kayaks. So we'll start off just while we wait for the varnish from the last video, the last coat that we did in the last video of the varnish to finish setting and drying and everything. Then we can clean off any threads, like any metal threads, to make sure there's no like varnish or anything on them. We can use a tap and die kit for that. And we can run the rudder control cables through the tubes and mount the pedals. Now the way these pedals work is that not only do the pedals allow for like a place to put your feet so that like you make sure that you stay solidly centered in the boat, they also can adjust to move the rudder on the back of the boat to help with steering. And then later we'll also have another cable that goes through, actually no, that's at the same time. That's another cable that goes through that if you pull on that, it pulls the rudder straight out of the water for easier storage. After that we can work on things like bulkheads, seats. After running the cables, we can do the final wet sand, which will make sure the boats are super smooth and also still shiny. Followed by, then we can do bulkheads, seats, attaching the rudders, and things like that. Now, if you missed any of the previous 11 videos in this series, you can check them out in the playlist in the link in the description below, and on one of the cards on the end of on the screen at the end of the video. And I'm filming this part of the video a little bit late because at this point we've already gotten back from our camping trip to Killarney Provincial Park, where we got to try out the kayaks for the first time. There's going to be an entire vlog style video dedicated to that. Might even be released on the same day as this video. And then following that we have another camping trip coming up soon, with another vlog to go with that, and a recap of the entire build process. Now while you're waiting for those videos, then you can make sure you like this video and subscribe so the YouTube algorithm can do its thing and push it out to more people. And if you ever want to share this with any of your friends, just remember the recap video is coming soon, and that will be one video encompassing the entire project for anybody who doesn't want to watch the entire hours-long series. Now, let's get working. So we ran the cables, we cleaned out the threads, and we did the final wet sand. And it was very cold and very wet because we just had to do it while it was raining, so you know, we don't have to waste water or anything like that. But the only mistake with that is by doing it while it's raining, we're also exposed to the rain, and that resulted in me being soaked to the bone. And it wasn't exactly particularly warm that day, so I ended up, well, purple. But we finally finished that. They look great, and now we can work on the bulkheads. So like little foam dividers that'll separate the access hatch and the front of the boat from the cockpit, so that if the cockpit fills with water, it won't go through the entire boat, so that less of the boat will be holding water. And it'll also make sure the access hatch stays waterproofed. Speaking of making them waterproof, we're also going to add a foam seal around the lid of the access hatch, and also the support for the lid itself, which should create a watertight seal. And we will also work on mounting the rudder to the back of the boat. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we're getting really close to finishing. Now all we have to do is run the paracord down the paracord tack lines down the length of the boat, which will help with having a support for like something to grab onto if we ever fall out of the boats, and along with bungee cords to hold things on top of the boat itself for easy access, things like a water bottle, map, maybe even a towel. And the seats, which will be made of the same waterproof foam as the bulkheads, and we can carve those so that they're not too thick, not too thin, using an angle grinder and sandpaper. Yay, more sanding, my favorite. And we can also... What else am I missing? I think that's it. Oh, and we'll have little paracord handles around the boats to help for moving them around easier, one on each end of the boat, using the same holes actually that we used to run a bolt through so we could suspend the boats from the ceiling. The paracord will run through there. Caleb is going to make those out of paracord for all of the boats. And after that, I think that's it. Let's hope we can finish in time. Roll film. Alright, so the boats are done. Yay! Now we can go to Killarney and test them out, make sure they float, because we haven't tested them yet. And that video will be coming possibly even today on the channel. And yeah, it was a good trip. For now though, be sure to like this video and subscribe so that the YouTube algorithm can push it out to more people. If you missed any of the build videos, they'll be in the playlist at the end of the video and on the screen and in the description below. And if you have any questions about any part of the project, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.